I am still proudly South African.
I am also South African.
So for clarity, how are you a South African?
I was born in South Africa. Entering this competition, me, the real me, and that's Chidima Vanessa Onwe Adechina. When I made the top 30, right through top 16, I faced a lot of backlash. A lot of South Africans felt like I wasn't South African enough. They said Chidima is not a South African name. She doesn't represent a South African. She doesn't listen to South African music. Her TikTok is full of Nigerian music. Her bio says she's Nigerian and Mozambican. So
what is more important to you? Being liked or being respected, and why?
Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Yo, but for it, I swear to you, I did not see this coming. I saw this video yesterday and very late at night, and I was like, there is no way. You know, I'm beginning to think that without the South African story, she has no validation. She has nothing to say. And what's worse about the South African story is the lies. It is the lies that she's telling. And the fact that the South African government is allowing South Africa to be disrespected in this way, to be embarrassed in this way, is extremely shocking. So, before we even get to the video that we're talking about, you know, we've always been talking about Chidima being a mother, Chidima being a mother, Chidima being a mother. Okay, due to copyright, I'm just going to mute the sound. And I want you guys to watch this. When I saw this video, I was shocked. I was like, oh, she's actually got a video with her and a child on the internet. Because some people were saying that we can't prove that she's a mother, we're all just assuming. So there. Evidence now. You know me, I like to bring receipts. But this is not about Chidima being a mother. This is about the claims that Chidima makes. But before we get to the claims, there are certain things I want you guys to pay attention to before we get to what she's saying.
I am still proudly South African. I was feeling excited. I remember earlier this year, I said to myself, I need to go to Nigeria. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I need to go. So the fact that I spoke it into existence and it's happening, so it's a great.
The fact that I spoke it into existence, so basically, so basically Chidima is saying, everything that happened, she spoke it into existence. Okay.
I love this manifesting. I love the manifesting. It's fantastic. So how excited are you to be here? Like, what vibes are you getting?
I am excited. It really feels nice to feel appreciated. The love, the warmth, the support, everything is really incredible.
How do you think that your diverse background would help you in this Miss Universe competition?
I think it's going to help me a lot because I will make a very powerful impact. There's a lot of people who are just as diverse as I am. And I don't want us to live in a society or community where we are sidelined or excluded because of the diverse background that we have. I want us to still be included, to be celebrated, to be appreciated, loved and accepted. So I think just me being here, I'm not only representing myself, but a lot of people that see themselves in me that are very diverse in their culture.
A lot of people that see themselves in me that they are very diverse in their culture. What culture? What culture, Mama Chidima? South African or Nigerian? Because you know, let me not say it.
from South Africa, where I made it through to top 16. And when I made it through to top 16, it became a huge spark where people were like, how is a Chidima South African? You know? So then people were not happy, or should I say South Africans were not happy, and felt like I wasn't a good representative for South Africa, and I was stealing a South African's spot, which I felt that was really unfair because I am also South African. And
I am also South African. Now this woman asks a very important question.
Closer to the finale, unfortunately, certain things had happened before, and a statement came out as well, which is the reason why I had to withdraw from the competition.
So for clarity, how are you a South African?
I was born in South Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, to Nigerian parents?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, that's just basically what happened, and then I got...
She was born in South Africa to Nigerian parents. those are her statements. Nobody's putting words in her mouth. Now let's go to Miss Chidima in 2025. Hey, cause like this girl just can't keep South Africa out of her mouth, eh? But before we, you know what, let's go there.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to Nana and the women of Valor for bringing me here to Paris and giving me this platform and this opportunity to share my story. Initially...
Oh, by the way, guys, she's in Paris, France. She's in Paris, France. Okay? Sister Chidima. Chidima. Let's listen.
I was like, okay, I'm going to plan what I'm going to say. But then I thought to myself, there's so much power in being authentic. Why not say my story from my heart?
There's so much power in being authentic. So why not say my story from my heart? Because she wanted to write something. So she's going to be authentic right now. Okay? Let's see authenticity.
Oh, reflection time. I think I need a box of tissues. But I've always been a pageant girl. Pageantry is something that I've always loved to do since I was 4 years old. I remember being called Miss Bambi, Bosmansdam Primary Queen, high school. And for me, I thought that pageantry was just for young girls until one day I watched Miss Universe in 2017 and I saw Demi Lee being crowned. And I was like, so pageantry is not just for kids, it's also for older women. And I was so...
Pageantry is not just for kids, it's also for older women. You see the problem with people when they listen to these things, they don't dissect what these people are saying. See, I showed you guys a video, she's a mama. That video was 2024, 2023. That kid looks like he's already walking, so what age? 2 years going to 3, so the child is probably around 5. Chidima claims to be 23, turning 24 this year, so she had the child when she was what, 19 years old? Let's keep listening.
Excited, and when she was crowned I was so inspired. I didn't know what it was all about. I just saw a queen that looked so beautiful with a crown dress. I was like, I'm going to be Miss Universe, and I had a picture up my wall, and for me it was all jokes and play, to be honest. And then in 2023 I decided to sign up for Miss South Africa. I was a mom, a new mom. I was going through...
In 2023 she decided to join Miss South Africa. She was a new mom. That child was born in 2023. That child is only turning 2 years old. Okay.
A lot, but I was like, you know what, I just want to try. And that was the year they actually changed the rules. And I was like, you know what, I am doing it. My son was just 1 month, but I still tried. Unfortunately, I got rejected, and it was really traumatizing for me because I was like, am I ugly?
So she confirmed the son was only 1 month in 2023. So I don't know when that competition was. Some of you probably will research. Oh, the competition was on this time, so the son was 1 month at that time. One of you here will calculate. When was the competition in 2023? The selectives or the trials, whatever they call it, to get selected. You can now will be able to tell how old the son is. But that video, like I said, that I posted was 2023 when I checked the date that was when it was posted. So that child looked like was already 2 years old by that time. But you know, Nigerian babies grow fast. You know, they do eat. Let's listen.
I just gave birth. I'm not looking like the Chichi I used to be before. However, I did not let that stop me. I said, I'm going back again and I'm trying. In 2024, I signed up for Miss South Africa and I made the top 30. For me, making the top 30, I was just like, I'm happy. I don't need to go further. I'm good. This is the confirmation I needed. I was actually underestimating my power. I was underestimating the strength that I have and who I am as an individual. And when I made the top 30, that is where everything took a sharp curve for me. I have never used my name Chidima before. People call me Chichi, Vanessa. And I decided, you know what? I'm entering this competition, me, the real me. And that's Chidima, Vanessa, Onwe, Adechina. When I made the top 30, right through top 16, I faced a lot of backlash. A lot of South Africans felt like I wasn't South African enough. They said Chidima is not a South African name. She doesn't represent a South African. Her bio says she's Nigerian and Mozambican, so she's not really a South African. For me, that was really heartbreaking because that was...
Her bio says she's Nigerian and Mozambican. And you are running a competition called Miss South Africa. You are going to represent South Africa. So when you get to Miss Universe, you're going to have to wear, or even in Miss South Africa, there's a section where you wear cultural wear. What culture were you going to represent?
Where I felt rejected. I lived in South Africa for 23 years of my life. I played netball, represented the Western Cape, the Western Province for many years. So for me to see that I want to achieve my dreams and my goal, and I'm feeling rejected by a place that I call home, was the most heartbreaking ever. However, I did not let that stop me, because this is something I really wanted since I was young. So I said, I'm not going to let this stop me. And I actually read a saying yesterday that said, a ship does not sink when there's water around it. A ship will only sink when there's water inside of it. And that's when I realized that I did not allow the negative comments and everything to bring me down or weigh me down. Instead, I let it stay out, and I believed in who I really am and what I really wanted. When I made the top 9, that's where the backlash and everything got so intense. At some point, I really thought I was really, really strong and nothing was going to get me down. But in all honesty, it did get to me. And then the Department of Home Affairs released a statement to say my mom is alleged committed a crime for identity theft. I, in that moment, wanted the floor to swallow me. I was like, why now? Why me? I just made the top 9. I'm walking that stage. Why is this happening to me? I then told myself, irrespective of everything, you're still going to do it. You're still going to fight and make sure you walk.
I'm going to pause. So, I would have given her credit if she said my stepmom. She said my mom. So she's vouching that this woman is her mom. So for all the Nigerians that kept coming here, hey, you see, it's not even a mom, it's a stepmother, blah, blah, blah. My mom. My mom. Not stepmom, mom. Her words. Let's keep listening.
That stage. I was then told I'm going to court the day before the competition, and I was like, I'm ready to go. I didn't do anything. I just wanted to achieve my dream, and I'm ready to fight. Last moment was really traumatizing for me, and I decided, you know what? It's time for me to let go. And I think that's where the power really started for me. Knowing when it's time to let go of things, irrespective of how you feel. It was not something I wanted to do. Like I said, being Miss South Africa, walking the Miss Universe stage is something I've always wanted. So for me to let go of it, it was devastating. I just told myself, you know what? Maybe it wasn't for me, and that's okay. And then a few days after, I was like, what now?
This is a lie. Chidima is lying. Chidima was offered. We were there, guys. Why do people behave like as if low metal and bony mix and bone? Why are you playing with our eyes? Guys, was she not still part of Miss SA? And then she was invited to Miss Nigeria while she was still participating. She dropped out because she was invited to Miss Universe Nigeria. Now she's claiming she dropped out. Then a few days she was just thinking, oh sis, we were there with you, we were together. Why are you making us look like as if we took a vacation while this was happening? Why you behave that so? You are making us look like we are Angiboni right. Ow.
Next, what happens to me now? Then I got an email from Silverbird asking, would you like to participate in Miss Universe Nigeria? I was like, what? Me? Okay. I was really interested, to be quite honest. Like I said, I've always had this driving fierce force of like, I'm going to walk that stage. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, but I knew I had it inside of me and I knew I could do it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to accept the offer. Yes, I will. 2 days before, I called them back and I said, I'm sorry, I cannot do it anymore. I do not want to take this offer. It was so heartbreaking because I was like, you've always wanted to do this. Why are you letting yourself down now? And I felt like that was God actually speaking for me and saying that this is your second chance to it.
She said she was not going to take the offer. You know, hey, man, God takes a lot of credit for even things I don't think he's aware of, ne? That was God's way of saying to me, so God didn't care for that child that your mother stole the identity from. So God didn't care for all those girls that worked hard, that deserved the position in Miss Universe Nigeria?
Achieve your dream. Why are you doing this? Already my whole family knew that I was not going to accept the offer. The morning of the press release for Silverbird, I didn't tell my mom, my dad, my lawyer, no one. I woke up in the morning, called Silverbird, and I was like, I'm accepting the offer. Put it out. I'm coming. And my dad woke up in the morning and was like, what's this? Why did you accept the offer? This is not what we spoke about. And I was like, I'm sorry, but this is really something I want to do. I really want to walk this Miss Universe stage, and I know I'm capable of doing it. Please support me. And my family supported me. I then went to Nigeria. I did the whole competition. Warm welcome from Nigerians. I've never lived in Nigeria for longer than a month. I only came to visit once. But the reception I felt...
I've never lived in Nigeria longer than a month. I've only came to visit once.
How do you feel about the entire debacle so far?
Well, I'm excited and I'm sad.
Okay.
I'm excited because we're trying to help someone who's been left and abandoned. And I'm sad because she was abandoned.
Okay.
And no fault of hers. She's only a victim because she has a Nigerian father and South African mother.
A few moments later.
And just for clarity, how are you a South African?
I was born in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, to Nigerian parents?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
What?
She's never lived in Nigeria. She's only visited once. You are hearing her words, right? So the fact that she left Nigeria at age 3 is no longer a thing. That one, we scrape it out. All right.
From the moment I arrived, I felt like I was at home. And and after knowing that I was actually rejected from a place that I call home, and Nigeria accepted me without me knowing much about the culture, knowing much about anything, yet they still celebrated me and supported me. That meant...
Because you're Nigerian. That's why. Because you are Nigerian. And I'm hi, bo. Like
the world to me, honestly. And then I was crowned Miss Universe Nigeria, and I think those of you who've watched the video, you'll see my expression was very bleak. I was like, finally, finally. And I think I was also ripped off that joy. I was filled with so much anger, so much hurt, so much pain. I couldn't really celebrate the fact that I won because I knew that I was not okay within myself. I was happy, but I wasn't okay. Then it was now time for me to go to Miss Universe. And I think that was the moment where reality, I'm about to achieve that dream I set for myself in 2017. And I'm about to show everyone that put me down, doubted me, rejected me, discriminated against me, that I am still going to do it and I will definitely show up. Then I got to Mexico and I saw all these beautiful girls from many countries, Albania, Venezuela, Thailand, Philippines. I was like, oh Lord. Here we go again. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very insecure.
Here we go again. What do you mean, here we go again? Here we go again. What the fuck you mean, here we go again? But anyways, okay.
I've got a scar on my leg because I tried out for the SA team. I don't like my smile, my body. There's so many things I was really insecure about, and a lot of people wouldn't know, and I'm sure I'm saying it for the first time, and everyone's like, what? But it was really something I was insecure about, and I told myself, you're not gonna make it. Like, you got to walk, which, congratulations. You got to achieve your dream, but you're not gonna do it. Like, the competition is hectic. Like, it's not for you. And my whole team supported me. From the moment I got to Mexico, I had to make sure I put Nigeria on that map. And I'm so glad and happy that every single time I stepped out, I made sure everyone remembered who Nigeria is.
That's a lie. Because every post, everything involved South Africa. So every time you stepped on that stage, everybody remembered what you did to South Africa. Nobody remembered Nigeria. But anyways, it's okay. We kind of used to the lies, so let's keep good listening.
On the day of the prelims, I fell really, really sick. And the chaperone came to me and told me that the doctor said I should go to the hospital and not compete. I was like, after everything I've been through, I didn't get this far to come this far and give up. I'm walking that stage with or without being sick. It was like, okay, it's your choice. If you want to, you can do it. And I did. A lot of people wouldn't have noticed that I was feeling so ill. A lot of mosquito bites on my leg. It was hectic for me. Traumatizing as well because
So there were mosquitoes there in Mexico where they were all staying. So is she the only one who got the mosquito bites? Or she got the mosquito bites from Nigeria, and when she got to me, you can't make this shit up. You know, when you want to be felt sorry for, when you want to do the petty ride, I want to see how long she can carry this for her, this pettiness. But let's keep listening.
I already know the journey I'd faced, still facing it in Mexico, petition after petition after petition to get me out of the competition. And I literally went to my room and I cried and I was like, God, if this petition is going to work, clearly this is a sign that I really need to give up because I've fought and I am tired, genuinely tired. And the organization called me and they were like, listen, this is what's happening. We've received petitions, but you're still capable of competing. I was like, what? Oh, thank God. It was really a good sense of relief to know that irrespective of everything, I still got that opportunity to fulfill my dream. On the day of the competition, I did not think
I had to pause. Are you noticing in the crowd? They're in France, but it's mostly Nigerians. It's mostly Nigerians in that crowd. These people don't like their country, guys. They don't like their country. Japa is a thing. That's why they put it in the dictionary, because it was like, you know, they don't like their country. Are you noticing that most of the people, Nigerians, in France,
would make anything further than the top 30. I literally have my prediction list on my phone and I was like, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that and I'm happy. And I got called to top 30 and I got called to top 12. I got called to top 5 and I was crowned the first runner-up of Miss Universe 2024. So before coming here, I got to understand that the theme was the audacity of courage. Then I asked myself, what does courage really mean? And for me, it is about doing things that you really want to do, irrespective of what you feel in that moment, whether you feel intimidated.
Doing things that you want to do, irrespective of what you feel in that moment. The audacity of courage. That was the theme. You see, guys, the theme is very befitting to the people that Nigerians are. They don't care who suffers, who's hurt in the process of them succeeding in life. The audacity.
Scared, insecure, anything you're feeling, but you're still able to put your foot down and do it. That is what courage is. And I'm so honored to be standing before each and every one of you. I feel so inspired and I'm so grateful.
You know, the sad thing about all this is the fact that she's told the story now in France. Let's assume she goes to Germany, she goes to UK, she goes to the US, she goes to is she gonna keep telling this story? The mom is arrested, a Mozambican woman. Assuming that's a biological mom, which she stated both the parents are Nigerians. Like, guys, at some stage, the Hawks, the South African law enforcement, whatever, this girl needs to stand trial. Because she's telling lies. Even if she didn't do any fraud, she is now telling lies. She clearly is aware of what's happening. She's clearly old enough to be able to answer questions. Then allow her to answer questions. At least allow her to confirm who her mom and dad are. I mean, do we not at least deserve that? To see her mom and her dad? So that this lady who is her stepmom can be judged accordingly on the side. There's another video I wanted to play.
What is more important to you? Being liked or being respected, and why?
Guys, like I always tell you, please listen very carefully. What's more important to you, being liked or being respected? We speak English. It might be 22%, but we speak English. Let's listen.
I feel like it's being respected.
I feel like it's being respected. What's more important to you? I feel like it's being respected. Now, before she finishes the statement, guys, if you want to be respected, you stand your ground and you answer to the accusations. But if you want to be liked, you will do everything to try to achieve that thing that's going to get you liked. Because she was disliked here in SA, she went to Nigeria where she's liked. But was she liked in Nigeria or was she respected in Nigeria? Let's continue.
We live in a society where we often don't feel respected because of who we are. And I feel like when you respect yourself, you respect others around you. And respect is really important. Thank you.
I feel like if you respect yourself, blah, 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 blah. Well, guys, there you go. South African turned Nigerian. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Well, guys, look. I don't think there's anything Chidima can actually say now that we haven't heard. And as content creators, let's stop giving this girl this platform because we are just repeating her lies over and over again. As South Africans and the South African law, we've already accepted that you have let us down. You know the Bushishiri story. Bushishiri has been extradited back into South Africa. I didn't want to do this story because after how many years, now Bushishiri is being extradited back to South Africa. What am I going to tell you guys? He's not yet here. The only time I'm going to make that story is when Bushishiri lands in South Africa. There are footages of him here, being arrested, being taken to the cells. Until then, this is a joke. Thabo Bester is still eating taxpayers' money. Senzo Mawiwe's case, taxpayers' money is still eating. Kelly Kumalo is still out there living a life and changing races. Guys, I feel like the law, or what do we call it? The law, the justice system is only there for the poor. And if you have money, you can get away with it. If you have connections, you can get away with almost anything. I'm your boy, Uncle P, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers.